Hey all, Afterburn here. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Hope everyone's doing alright today in quarantine land. Got a different sort of video for you today. Let's go to the table and I'll show you. Alright, so back again in my space. Before I get into anything, no, I do not have the next set of parts for my GTR quite yet. They should be shipping out soon, but today I thought I'd offer you something a little different. Now, I originally started this channel based completely on Transformers reviews, and I figured, let's get back into it, shall we? Yeah. These are Iron Factory's Blazedash and Boltrunner, also known as Sideswipe and Sunstreaker. The Diablo brothers, as I like to call them, because they are based loosely off of a Lamborghini Diablo. Originally, these are clearly not Lamborghini Diablos. And yeah, Iron Factory is known for making really tiny things in incredible detail. But yep, Blazedash and Boltrunner. They're about 3 inches long or so. About an inch to an inch and a half wide. I haven't really measured them. Obviously, Sideswipe is red, Sunstreaker's yellow, with the added turbo on top there, with the intake. Now both of them come with accessories. Sunstreaker comes with, I'm not going to call them by their given names from Iron Factory because I won't remember them. Sunstreaker comes with his pistol here with the 3mm port. He also comes with two hand blasters. These slide over his hands in robot mode, where they show him off in the G1 cartoon. We'll show that off when we get to robot mode. And he also comes with an alternate head. Now, I believe that is Zombie Sunstreaker. I don't know, it's been too long since I saw the G1 cartoon, but he's got this like Energon zombie look to him. I'm not going to put this head on at all. I just figured I'd show you guys. Yeah. Love the paintwork. Nice bright blue eyes, silver face, the yellow in his ears. Yeah, ball socket joint. It comes with a little screwdriver. We'll put that back off to the side for now, because that's not going to be happening. Sideswipe comes with, I think these were his pile drivers. Again, it's been too long. They look like his pile drivers. They also slot over his hands. He comes with his blaster, which has a flip down 3mm peg. He comes with not one, but two versions of his shoulder cannon, done in white. The reason there's two different ones is because they can peg onto either shoulder in robot mode, depending on which way you believe is correct. And as a shared accessory between both of them, because the instructions tell you that both of them can use it, you get this booster pack. Looks nice. For both, it's useful in robot mode. It has two different forms of pegging. these two pegs here at the bottom are for when they're used on Sideswipe. And this 3 mil peg that you flip down is for use on Sunstreaker. You can see that 3 mil port on his roof there. Put that off to the side for now. Storage for weapons. There really isn't much for Sunstreaker. You can just put his pistol on top. For Sideswipe, you get 2 ports. These 2 portholes on his roof. I usually like to put 1 shoulder blaster and his rifle. Now I only just got this yesterday, so I'm filming it today. I don't care for the hand blasters, but I'll show them off. And actually I think I did put the wrong shoulder gun on. But I use 1 shoulder gun and 1 blaster for Sideswipe, and just the gun for Sunstreaker, but we'll show everything off when we get to robot mode. Put all the accessories off to the side for now. And we'll get into transformation. Now, they look surprisingly similar on camera. They're basically the same shape. However, they have incredibly different transformations because they're not the same model on the show. We'll start with Sunstreaker. Now, to start Sunstreaker, you want to take him right here, right behind the windshield. You see this gap here. Pop it, and you wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Those drop his thighs out. Those are his legs. His feet are right here at the front. You flip up those. Sorry, had a brief interruption. You flip up the front of the car here. You flip back the bottom half of the grille. Those become his feet. You can split those off at your leisure. Those are his legs. Now you come here to the arms. You want to pull them out and down, like so. And you take from right here, you pull that back, you reveal his head. You take this whole thing, put the black piece along his back, and you fold up the yellow, and that pegs in along his back to give him that look. And then you take that middle section of the car here, lift it up, turn it 180 degrees, and then you bend it back up, and snap it in. And there's that. To finish the arms, you rotate it at the elbow once, so the black piece is out, then you rotate the hand for proper orientation. Same thing on the other side, black out, rotate the hand. And that's Sunstreaker. Take a look at his face here. There we go. Pretty much the same face as the zombie head, just with a nice smirk on him. Not much of a backpack, just give the standard Sunstreaker backpack. That's cool. Set him up here for a sec and work on this guy. Now, Sideswipe's transformation is actually in the reverse. To start, you move these little sections out the way here, about 2/3 of the way down the car. Then you open up these panels here at the bottom. You can see where his thighs are. Come up to the top a bit. You want to just wiggle. Takes a bit of finesse, but you can sort of wiggle. Get those tabs out. Those little tabs out from those slots here. You unfold his legs the whole way out. And then see in here those little silver bits, you want to fold them out. Those are actually going to be his toes. All you do is you snap shut the black pieces, fold in the feet, and then you can split them. Those are his legs. Come up to the front of the canopy, pull that all the way out. You want to lift it up just a bit because you need to rotate him at the waist 180 degrees. Like so his feet are finally facing forward. You do the same thing and peg the arms from the chest cavity. You bring the whole hood of the car up and over. And then what you've got to do is you've got to accordion the entire thing down. It doesn't lock in, but it will fit into that little groove there. And then you just fold the roof section of the car right up along his back. Go ahead and fold out his little hands. Right there. His arms are already oriented properly. Last thing you do is turn his head 180 degrees around, and there it is. Now when they come in package, they are packaged in robot mode, and the instructions say that you have to turn the head around first. It's a design choice. It's an idea that if you want to do it, you can. You don't have to, but it puts the disguise thing right on top of it. Go ahead and take a look at his face. And he's got that Sideswipe, I'm the best type of smirk on him. Nice bright blue eyes. Black head. Details on this thing are amazing, even though they're minimal. Again, not much of a backpack. For articulation on both these figures, they have a ball jointed head. Can look all the way around. You got ball jointed shoulders, so you can do a full 360. They can only go out a bit because of the weird way of their shoulders, but they do have that transformation hinge where they can just rock up a bit. Full bicep rotation. Got deep elbow bend. Nothing at the hands on this one because of the way they're transformed. He's got a waist joint, which is hampered by the backpack, so you don't get much out of it unless you undo the whole thing. Then you can get more range. You get a ball jointed leg. Can only go out about that far. Thigh swivel. Super deep knee. And then you've got outward and inward ankle tiltage along with his toe joint. But they stand beautifully. And you can look at them right here. And even though they are brothers, they are completely different. And that's amazing. So we'll show off, like I said, we'll show off the booster pack here. For Sunstreaker, take that 5mm peg right there, fold it down, and it just goes right into the hole there on his back. I don't care for it, on him at least. Doesn't really look nice, it doesn't lay flat enough, and the peg doesn't go in all the way. That's just me. Fold it back up, and you use those two tabs I was telling you about right here at the bottom, and the two portholes on the top of his roof, and peg it right in. It sits a little closer. It's not perfect in any way, but it sits closer to his back. I think it looks nicer. I leave it on. When he's been on my shelf, he's left in that fashion. It's just how I do it. For their accessories, I'll move Sunstreaker away for the time being. And like I said earlier, you have basically mirror images of his shoulder missile. They're mirrored because of the peg on the opposing side. Pretty much let you determine which of the posts on the side of his head you're going to use. Now, you can do it one of two ways. You can put it with the peg facing outward or inward on either side, but you can do it like this, where the peg is facing at the shoulder, and it's got a hinge in there too, so it can pivot around. Or you put it with the peg hanging out behind his head, which is less visually appealing, still maintains the same movement, but with it behind his head, you don't hamper his shoulder. You know, the choice is yours. I don't care for the one behind his head because I want it visually smooth, so I go for that shoulder. Then I would give him his gun, which is very straightforward. Flip out the post, and plug into his hand, like so. And he wields just fine. You also have the option of the pile drivers. Now, as you can see, there is a gap. There is a larger plate on one side, and those follow the shape of the hand. So you want the plate facing the interior of the hand, so it looks like his hand just transformed into it, and it works for both guys. Yeah, you only ever see it in a handful of episodes, so rifle it is. And this is how I have him displayed. Missile, rocket pack, blaster. Just like that. And I like him. Now for Sunstreaker, obviously he has less accessories. Same rule applies to his hand weapons though. You want to put the more shield piece over where the thumb is, so it's almost like his hand transformed into it, and because he's got such a big plate on the back of his hand, you can't put that on the outside. And you could definitely go and give him dual fisting blasters. You could definitely do that. If you're feeling unique, you could give him one of the Swipe Man's hand blasters. Still fits. But and their guns are interchangeable. But he looks just fine wielding his little pistol just like that. And there they are. obviously a great set of figures, especially for their price point. I picked these up off of eBay, off of another collector. He got them to me within 3 or 4 days, so kudos to him. I also have another order placed with him effective yesterday, so be on the lookout for that coming. And more from this Iron Factory collection coming out in the weeks to come. Like I said earlier, I should have the Eaglemoss GTR stuff in within the next week or two, and those will be coming out once a week for the next month until the next set comes through. So be on the lookout for that. I will also be posting a video of a collection that I promised before I moved 2 years ago that you've seen on this channel. That will be coming up in the future. The reason I'm doing all this is because since we're stuck home under quarantine for the time being, I can't work and my normal day job, so I figured what better time than to put out new content. So you'll be seeing a lot more content of me. That's the end of this video. Stay frosty. Bye.